Broncos at Bills.
Listen, a lot of the wise guys, they're going to like Denver. I'm going to take Buffalo. 8-0 at home during the regular season and winning by an NFL best 17 points. Josh Allen, playoff career, 26 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. What's not to like? He's not Lamar Jackson. He may not be hoisting trophies. He's not Lamar Jackson. James Cook led the NFL, 18 scrimmage touchdowns. Great at home. Broncos, number 7 seeds, are 1-7 all-time in the wild card round since playoff expansion. They didn't play particularly well down the stretch. They lost 2 or 3 games. The only win over the Chiefs, and the Chiefs were resting starters. Josh Allen at home, big spot. Rookie quarterbacks in the first round go 8-13. I like the Bills. I like them to cover 30-20.
All right. Let's talk about this. 8-13. I mean, that's not like that devastating when you think about it. I mean, it's still kind of like within range. It's not like 1-37. Then I would be like, okay, that's pretty crazy. But 8-13, it's like there's still a chance, man. Yeah, we know that no one's really expecting the Broncos to be able to win this game. Like, the Broncos are obviously going up against the Buffalo Bills, and they're going up against the juggernaut of Josh Allen. The Buffalo Bills aren't a juggernaut team themselves. So that's why this game gets extra interesting to me. Allen is the beast. He's the monster. It's not the Buffalo Bills. Most people didn't think the Buffalo Bills would even be as good as they are this season. And now it's the playoffs. So now you find out, fool's gold or real gold. We think we reached the appropriate conclusions during the regular season. Doesn't mean we did. Doesn't mean we do. We always think, oh, you know what? We knew this team was fool's gold because of what they did in the playoffs. We knew this team was real because of what they did in the regular season. Like, no. Now is when you figure it out. Now is when you find out. For the Bills, was that game against the Texans a fluke? Was the fact that they struggled with Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots and even the Jets a fluke? Was beating the Kansas City Chiefs a fluke? Taking advantage of their injuries? Or is it more the reality that they got rolled by the Ravens? That they did lose to the Texans because they're just not good enough? And how about the Broncos? Is it a fluke that they rolled the Buccaneers? That they went toe-to-toe with Joe Burrow? That they beat, obviously, the resting Kansas City Chiefs? Like, this is where we all figure it out. This is where we all find out. And it's just, every single playoff video I've made today, I'm just like, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Because I am, man. I'm so excited. The fact that this game is on Sunday is like, can it be? And I know I'm going to be up way late Saturday night with all these games and making videos and stuff like that. And so this game, I'm going to be like, I'll probably still be waking up for this game. I'm not even going to lie. I'm going to be like, it's going to fire me up. And I'll definitely make videos after this game as well. I'm going to make videos for all the games in the playoffs immediately after, instant reaction, so to speak. But if the Denver Broncos beat the Buffalo Bills, I'm trying to think of all these different things. Because listen, we know historically there's always a shock. The Packers beating the Cowboys, we know, we have all these examples. And so it's like, what is it going to be? And what would considered be a shock? The Steelers beating the Ravens, the Packers beating the Eagles, the Commanders beating the Bucks. Like, I don't think those are shocks. Because the Eagles can be seen as messy and inconsistent. The Bucks are just kind of lucky to be there. And the Commanders have an ascending Jaden Daniels. The Chargers and the Texans, too close to each other. The Steelers and the Ravens, we know Lamar's history in the playoffs and the Ravens' history in the playoffs. We know Mike Tomlin's a great coach. So it's like, where would the surprise actually be? And you can make the argument that it would be the Packers against the Eagles, but the Packers did this last year to the Cowboys. And the Eagles lost to the Bucks last year. So again, it wouldn't be like so shocking, quite frankly. At least not from my viewpoint. It would be surprising, not shocking. But the Broncos beating the Bills, beating Josh Allen. that. With a rookie quarterback on the road, Bo Nix, Sean Payton, yes, that would rock the NFL. Rock. I'm trying to think, what would be the main story on Monday? If the Packers beat the Eagles, if the Broncos beat the Bills, or the Steelers beat the Ravens? What would be the Monday morning story where people were like, I can't believe I just saw what I saw? I think it would be the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix. Because then that would immediately be like, are the Kansas City Chiefs in trouble? Can the Kansas City Chiefs lose to the Denver Broncos? And, we know the Kansas City Chiefs are the media darling. We know that. I think there's obviously going to be a ton of energy if the Steelers beat the Ravens and if the Packers beat the Eagles. But I think it would be more contained. And it would be more about Lamar Jackson losing than the Steelers winning. Whereas this game will definitely have some of the talk. Like if the Broncos win, some of it will be about Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills losing. But it would also be like, is this, if Bo Nix balls, throws for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns and rushes for like 70, like people will be like, is Bo Nix him? Is Bo Nix him? Is he John Elway right now? Like, is this what we're seeing? And then everybody will be talking about, hey, we saw Bo Nix almost beat the Chiefs. He did his job, just a blocked field goal. And then they rested their starters in that final game. Like, are the Chiefs scared? Are the Chiefs nervous? Is too much rest going to hurt that? You have those narratives will just spread like wildfire. Wildfire. So the Broncos are definitely in a position to just light the NFL like up. And again, I'm not making any predictions. I just like to talk about what narratives and what discussions are at stake for all of this. Because if the Broncos lose 30-20, it's a round of applause to the Broncos. Fans will be clapping, tipping hats. Thanks for an awesome season. It was really fun. I can't wait for next year. You've now given me so much optimism and hope this offseason into next that, in March, April, May, June, July, etc. Like, we are going to be pumped. We're going to really believe that we could win the division. We really believe we can compete for the division in 2025. And that's exciting. That is a massive home run victory for the Denver Broncos. But if they win, it just shatters everything. Now you're talking about reaching an AFC championship game, knocking out the Kansas City Chiefs. And then again, if you get that far, then it's like, well, who's to say that you can't get a little bit further than that? I mean, who's stopping you then? If you beat the Buffalo Bills, who's to say you can't beat the Chiefs? And then if you beat the Chiefs, who's to say that you can't beat whoever is, you're facing in the AFC championship game? And if you beat them, who's to say that you can't beat whoever the NFC throws at? Like, it just, again, everything just starts to just really spread. And again, to be very clear, I'm not predicting any of those things. But it's just, I just like to just be clear about, like, what's at stake here? What we all have the potential to see. Because it's fun. That's what, to me, that's what some of these discussions are about. Because, listen, we could talk until we're blue in the face about, like, what the Broncos need to do. And I've already made those videos. What the Broncos need to do and how can they win this game. And, are they outmatched by the Bills and this, that. Yeah, we got that. We know that. We know that Bo Nix is a rookie and it's on the road and going up against the Buffalo Bills. And Josh, we know that. We've had those conversations all week long. But now here's for, like, the more fun, like, extra stuff of, like, what the Broncos can do. They just have the opportunity to really have an insane amount of momentum. Because beating the Buffalo Bills would be slaying a dragon. And you would be removing the quarterback who I think is the best quarterback in the NFL, in Josh Allen. Football is awesome, man. And at the very least, even if you're like, man, the Broncos can't do that, or, just know that even if they don't do that, if they're not able to pull off a win, or you just also don't think, hey, you know what, that's great, but, like, they're just not there yet. Just know that they're so close. That within the next couple of years, it will be a real conversation. Like, you're right there. You finally, you've made it. You've made it. You've been you finally got re-invited to the party. You're there. You're not in the VIP lounge yet, but you're there. You can see it. You're looking up. You can see it on that other level. And you're like, okay, I see it now. I couldn't see it before. I didn't even know that the building even existed. But now I see it. That's exciting. That's exciting. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Denver Broncos potentially beating the Buffalo Bills and the implications that it would have? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.